And now to some judicial matters. The Court of Appeal sitting in Lagos in a 2-1 judgment as a Abiodun as the duly elected governor of Ogun State in the March 18 poll. The State and National Appeal Court in the majority judgment delivered by Justice Joseph Ike dismissed the appeal by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Ladi Adiputu, in the state's governorship poll. The majority judgment delivered by Justice Jane Inyang upheld the appeal and ordered the independent committee to conduct a fresh election in the state within 90 days. Meanwhile, the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has affirmed the election of Governor Uba Sani of Kaduna State. The court, in a unanimous decision by the three-member panel of justices, dismissed an appeal the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and its candidate Mohammed Ashir filed to challenge the outcome of the governorship election that was held in the state on March 18. In its lead judgment that was delivered by Justice Obientobara Daniel Khalil, the court upheld the verdict of the Kaduna State Election Petition Tribunal, which validated Governor Sani's election. It held that the tribunal was right in its majority decision when it declared the petition by the PDP and its candidates as abandoned. It resolved all the 5 issues that were raised in the appeal against the appellant. In the meantime, the Court of Appeal Abuja Division has sacked the Speaker of the Bauchi State House of Assembly, Abubakar Suleiman, from his seat as the member representing Lingi Central Constituency in Lingi Local Government Area of Bauchi State. The appellate court, in its judgment, ordered for a rerun in 10 polling units. Suleiman is the immediate past chairman of the Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures of Nigeria. The Independent National Electoral Commission's returning officer, Professor Shuaibu Mohammed, had declared him the winner of the Lingi Central Constituency election held on March 18th. Not satisfied with INEC's declaration of the result of the election, Abdul Malik Lingi of the APC approached of the Governorship and State Assembly Election Petition Tribunal sitting in the state to seek redress. But the tribunal dismissed his case and affirmed the victory of Suleiman for a second term in office. Also not satisfied with the judgments, the APC candidate went to the Court of Appeal to challenge the tribunal's ruling. In its judgments, the appellate court three-man panel set aside the judgment of the tribunal and ordered for a rerun. Meanwhile, Abubakar Suleiman, in a statement by its spokesperson Abdul Bura, described the judgment as a minor political setback, which is not new to politics. Although he said that the judgment was unfavorable, he however called on his supporters to remain calm. The National Working Committee (NWC) of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) has inaugurated members of the Caretaker Committee for the River State chapter of the party. The inauguration, which took place at the national headquarters of the party in Abuja, in attendance. The event took place 2 days after the APC-NWC dissolved the former state expos to pave way for the ad hoc committee that will oversee the conduct of the Congress to elect new state executive members. Chief Tony Okocha was chosen as chairman and Eric Nwimbani secretary of the 7-man caretaker committee. Addressing the newly sworn-in officers after the oath taken, Ganduje asked them to prepare themselves for the arduous task of reconciling factions and members who are left the party. The monthly environmental sanitation exercise for November will hold across Ondo State tomorrow. According to the General Manager of the State Waste Management Authority, Mr. Adefola Omowole, there will be restriction of human and vehicular movement between 7 and 10 o'clock in the morning. Mr. Omowole, who urged residents of the state to use the period to clean their surroundings, said violators will face the full wrath of the law. He assured residents of Ondo State of the present administration's commitment towards regaining its status as one of the cleanest states in Nigeria. Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology Uche Naji says Nigeria loses $10 billion yearly to imported certified welders engaged in various sectors of the economy. The minister disclosed this in Abuja at the signing of a memorandum of understanding for academic and industry collaborations between National Center for Technology Management, Federal University of Technology, Mina, and Neuro-Linguistic Programming Limited. Naji, who expressed sadness at the development, called on stakeholders to double efforts towards developing local content in the country and changing the trend. He said the newly commissioned Dangote refinery employed about 11,000 welders, lamenting that none was Nigerian. Nigeria has over 1 million welders, but none has international certification, which would enable them to work in the oil and gas sectors of the economy. President Bola Tinubu has appointed Desmond Akawo to serve as the Federal Commissioner representing Rivers State on the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, pending confirmation by the Senate. Akawa appointments came following the demise of the immediate past Federal Commissioner from the state, Asundri Temple. Until his appointment, Akawa served as Nigeria's ambassador to South Korea and Minister of State of the Federal Capital Territory, among others. The President asked the new Federal Commissioner to deploy his robust experience across tiers of government towards the comprehensive reformation of processes that will ensure the most efficient and productive utilization of allocations to all three tiers of government in Nigeria. On the foreign scene, Pakistan has confirmed that it is charging an $830 fee to undocumented refugees who want to leave the country. The exit fee applies to people who arrived without a visa. In October, Pakistan announced that it would report 1.7 million documented foreigners from the country if they did not leave by November 1. Most are Afghans, including hundreds of thousands of people who fled Afghanistan when the Taliban retook power in 2021. Pakistan is not a party to the Refugee Convention and has said it does not recognize any of the Afghans living in its borders as refugees. U.S. airlines are predicting a record Thanksgiving holiday travel season. The industry has forecast 29.9 million people will fly over the period. That will be an all-time high and 9% up on last year. Aketunde Akishimola has more.
Travel in the US this Thanksgiving weekend is expected to be the busiest since the global health crisis, both in the air and on the ground. Some 30 million passengers are expected to fly with the US airlines between November 17 and 27. Los Angeles International Airport spokesman Victoria Spilabot says the number will be close to what was seen before the health crisis.
We're expecting about 2.5 million passengers to use the airport, and that's about 92% when we compare that to 2019, which was a record-setting year at LAX.
Meanwhile, over 55 million travelers had been projected by the American Automobile Association, AAA, to drive 80 kilometers or more from Wednesday to Sunday. That's up 2.3% over the last year and the third highest since the AAA began tracking holiday travel in 2000. But the National Weather Service is warning of potentially severe weather, including thunderstorms in much of the southern half of the East Coast and a snowstorm out west in the northern and central Rocky Mountains. Spilabot advises travelers to be patient while on the move this holiday season.
So we really want to encourage folks to get here early, give themselves plenty of time to access the airport because there will be traffic, get through security, and get to their gate on time.
Akintunde Akinshimola for Osrc News.
And still on the foreign scene, after weeks of negotiations, Hamas has released the first batch of captives it had agreed to set free under a truce deal with Israel that came into effect today. The Red Cross said 24 hostages were released by Hamas in Gaza and transferred into Egypt via the Rafah border crossing. Fighters took 237 people into captivity from Israel after Hamas' October 7 attack. Under the deal, a 4-day truce, Hamas is to release 50 captives in exchange for the release of 150 Palestinians imprisoned in Israel and a horse in fighting. To sports, former Paralympic champion Oscar has made another bid for early release from the South African prison where he served over 13 years for murdering his girlfriend. Pistorius shot Reverse Steenkamp 10 years ago at his home in Pretoria in a killing that shocked the world and has been in prison since 2014. Ms. Steenkamp's mother, June, is not opposing parole. It is unclear how quickly the parole board will decide, but it could be fast. River Steenkamp, a law graduate and successful model, was killed when Pistorius fired 4 shots with a pistol through the door of a toilet cubicle at his Pretoria home in the early hours of Valentine's Day in February 2013. And with that, we conclude the news tonight, but before we go, a quick look at the major stories. We told you that the Ondo State government has conducted free screening exercise for women to tackle deadly diseases. The House of Representatives is set to probe usage of 62 billion naira HIV/AIDS intervention funds in Nigeria. Appeal Court has affirmed the elections of Ogun and Kaduna governors. And from the foreign scene, Hamas has released first set of captives in Gaza. And that's the news tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Good night.